Hey there, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Alex. I'm a psychologist who spends most days translating peer-reviewed studies into practical, real-life advice you can actually use. Today, we're diving into a topic that hits everyone's inbox at least once. How can I tell if she's actually interested? No mixed signals, no guesswork, just 3 body language cues that research shows are highly reliable when they appear together. By the end of this video, you'll know what to look for, why it matters, and crucially, how to respond without being weird or invasive. Grab a coffee, silence the group chat for a second, and let's get into it. Why body language first? Before we zoom in on the 3 signs, let's set the stage. In 1967, Dr. Albert Mehrabian published the study that would later be misquoted everywhere. The 7-38-55 rule. People usually hear only 7% of communication is words, but Mehrabian's actual finding was more specific. When words and nonverbal EQ is conflict, we trust the nonverbals. That's why a shrugged "I'm fine" never feels fine. Fast forward to 2023, a meta-analysis in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior looked at 437 studies and found that, in romantic contexts, body language accounts for up to 65% of initial attraction judgments. The takeaway: if you want to know how she feels before either of you says a word, body language is the highest resolution signal you'll get. Transition tip: when you notice the 3 signs I'm about to describe, think of them like a 3-factor authentication code. 1 cue can be random. 2 is interesting. 3 usually means proceed respectfully. Sign number 1, the foot rule and lower body orientation. Let's start at ground level, literally. In proxemics research, that's the study of personal space, feet are called the most honest pointers because we consciously control our faces, and hands far more than we control our toes. A 2021 University of Manchester study filmed 1-44 mixed gender first meetings. When a woman felt even mild romantic interest, her near foot, meaning the foot closest to the guy, angled toward him. Within the first 3 minutes, 82% of the time. When she felt neutral or negative, that foot angled away or stayed parallel to her body. The researchers called it the foot rule test, and the effect size was moderate to strong, Cohen's D 0.63 for the stats nerds. What it looks like in real life. You're standing in a loose circle at a party. Everyone's feet are scattered, but hers pivot toward you even when her torso is still engaged with the group. You're seated side by side on a bench. She crosses her legs, and the top knee points your way, subtly closing the distance. Practical note: this cue is most reliable when she has other orientation options. If she's boxed in by furniture, the feet may point wherever space allows, so adjust for context. Sign number 2, the triangular gaze plus micro smile. Eye contact is the headline everyone knows, but the nuance is in the pattern. Anthropologist David Givens coined the term triangular gaze. A 3-beat sequence, eye to eye, drop to mouth, back to eyes, completed in under 2 seconds. In a 2022 replication study at UC Santa Barbara, observers identified attraction 73% of the time when the gaze triangle was paired with a micro smile, those tiny cheek lifts that might not reach full grin. Without the micro smile, accuracy dropped to 42%. So both pieces matter. Step by step, what you'll notice: when she meets your eyes, holds for about a second. 2, her gaze dips to your mouth, lingers half-second. 3, she returns to your eyes, and the corners of her mouth twitch upward. Psychology behind it: the mouth check is an unconscious risk assessment. Humans look at the mouth to read emotional intent. Smile means safe. Frown or tension means caution. If she likes you, she's scanning for reciprocity. The micro smile is her green flag. Caveat: shy people may shorten the triangle or do it while looking down at a drink. Look for the pattern, not the duration. Sign number 3, open palm exposure and the dialed-in torso. The 3rd sign is the most overt. but also the easiest to misread if you ignore context. In a 2020 study published in Archives of Sexual Behavior, researchers coded 200 speed dating videos frame by frame. They found that women who later said yes to a second date showed two simultaneous behaviors. Torso squared toward the man within the first 90 seconds. At least one open palm gesture, meaning wrists rotated upward. Fingers relaxed, palms visible within the same time window. The researchers dubbed it the open forward cluster, and it's predictive. Validity was striking. 78% of interactions displaying both cues led to mutual matches. What open palms signal? Evolutionary. Psychologists argue that exposed palms are ancient trust displays, showing you hold no weapon. When attraction is in play, the gesture becomes a subtle invitation to approach. How to spot it? You're telling a story. She leans in, both palms briefly face up on the table. She laughs at your joke, lifts one hand palm up while the other brushes hair back. Torso, still angled squarely at you. Red flag filter. If her palms are up but her torso is angled toward the exit, she's probably just being polite. Look for the cluster. Putting the three signs together, a field guide. Imagine you're at a bookstore cafe. You ask her opinion on a Murakami paperback. Here's the play-by-play. Minute 0:30. She shifts her weight. The foot closer to you pivots inward, sign number 1. Minute 1:10. As you speak, her gaze traces the triangle, eyes, your mouth back to eyes. A micro smile appears, sign number 2. Minute 2:05. She sets her coffee down. Palms briefly up on the table. Shoulders squared, sign number 3. If you see all three within a 5-minute window, the probability of genuine interest is high. What you do next matters as much as what you noticed. How to respond without being creepy. Step 1, mirror, don't mimic. If she leans in, you can lean in slightly. If she angles her torso, you can adjust yours. Keep it subtle, about a 1 second. Delay and 70% of her movement amplitude. Research on interactional synchrony shows that this micro-mirroring boosts rapport and signals social intelligence. Step 2, verbalize interest respectfully. Use an I statement plus a question. I'm really enjoying talking with you. Would you like to grab a proper coffee next door where it's quieter? Notice you're not commenting on her body language directly. That can feel dissecting. Instead, you're taking the data, making a move, and leaving her space to opt in or out. Step 3, watch for continued congruence. If her body language stays open while she says yes, great. If she hesitates and her feet shift away, gracefully exit. No worries, nice meeting you. Respecting boundaries is attractive in itself. Common misreads and context clues. Let's bulletproof your new skill set. Misread number 1, the hair flip. Yes, playing with hair can be preening, but it's also a self-soothing behavior when nervous. Check if it's paired with at least one of the 3 core signs. Misread number 2, accidental touches. Crowded subway romantic touch. Look for intentional, sustained contact, 3 seconds or more, combined with open, palms or triangular gaze. Context matters table. Professional settings. People aim for neutral body language. Expect fewer cues. Loud environments. She may lean in just to hear you. Verify. With eye pattern and palm exposure. Cultural variations. In some East Asian cultures, direct eye contact is minimized out of respect. Adjust your baseline. What if she's shy or introverted? Shy individuals often display miniature versions of the same signs. Watch for foot angle, maybe only 15 degrees rather than 45. Triangular gaze, might look at your shoulder or collarbone instead of mouth. Open palm could be just one wrist rotated up, while the other hand clutches a sleeve. Give it more time, up to 10 minutes, instead of 5, and look for consistency over intensity. Long distance or online first meets. Maybe you matched on Hinge and this is your first in-person meet. Pre-existing text chemistry can amplify body language. A 2021 study in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that couples who had exchanged at least 20 substantive messages before meeting in person showed faster onset of all 3 signs, often within the first 60 seconds. So if you've built rapport online, expect the cues to appear sooner and more vividly. Ethical reminders. Body language reading is a tool, not a weapon. Consent is verbal. If she says, "I'm not interested," no collection of foot angles overrides that, period. Also, never comment aloud on what you observe. "I noticed your feet pointed toward me, so..." That breaks the social spell and can feel predatory. Use the information to guide your next respectful action, not to corner her into a conversation about attraction. Quick recap. Sign number 1, foot orientation, her near foot angles toward you. Sign number 2, triangular gaze plus micro smile, eyes, mouth eyes with a tiny cheek lift. Sign number 3, open forward cluster, torso squared and at least one open palm gesture. Spot all 3 in short succession, mirror subtly, and escalate verbally and respectfully. 30-day practice plan. Week 1, people watching in cafes. Jot down foot angles of pairs. See if you can predict who's on a date. Week 2, focus on triangular gaze. Watch interviews on mute and pause every 30 seconds to check for the pattern. Week 3, practice mirroring with friends. Ask for feedback. Did my leaning in feel natural or forced? Week 4, real-world trial. Go to a social event with the goal of noticing, not acting on the 3 signs at least once. Build calibration before you use it live. Frequently asked questions. Question, what if she's wearing shoes where I can't see her feet? A, shift attention to ankle and knee direction. The underlying principle, lower body orientation, is still readable. Question, do these signs apply to LGBTQ+ contexts? A, the research samples are mixed, but preliminary studies suggest the same cues hold across orientations. Attraction is attraction. Question, can men use these signs to show interest too? A, absolutely. Mirroring the same behaviors. Foot orientation, open palms. Torso squared. Signals warmth and availability regardless of gender. Final thoughts. Reading body language is like learning a new language. At first you translate word by word. Eventually you just understand. Be patient, stay ethical, and remember that the goal isn't to decode people, it's to connect with them. If this helped, hit that like button so the algorithm knows to share it with someone who's currently overthinking their coffee shop crush. Drop your own observations in the comments. What's the clearest nonverbal cue you've ever received? And if you want deeper dives into the studies I cited, check the description for links and a free PDF cheat sheet you can keep on your phone. Thanks for watching. And as always, stay curious, stay kind, and I'll see you in the next one.